Hi guys, I'm back. I bet you didn't think you'd see me this fast, but here I am. And today I'm going to Al-Anon. So I'll let you know how that goes. I already had breakfast. Excuse me. There's my sleeping beauty. I'm leaving. Are you gonna miss me? Oh, I'm gonna miss you, my Pookie. You sleep like you pay no bills. You sleep like nothing's wrong in this lifetime. It is hotter than a mother out here. Whatever that means.
The strands in your eyes, the color that wonderful excitement, and steal my breath. Don't like this, no, 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 no. I'm a baby, she my shawty. We rockin'. Who's right there every time you cry, ever sleep and wake up on your side. In this love, I'll always provide. Explain my love, I don't need to. Got everybody way up in our business. Go sleep in each other, stay on their wish list. Here to stay and they're going bye-bye. Who's the one calling you, baby? Who's in love with you ass like crazy? Who's trying to say whatever, cause I ain't giving up. In your presence, God, I'm completely satisfied. For you, I sing, I dance, I rejoice in this divine romance. Lift my heart and my hands to show my love. If you can hold on, hold on. I got soul, but I'm not a soldier. I got soul, but I'm not a soldier. What day is it? And in what my unfixed clock never seems so alive. Cause it's you and me and all other people. Something about you now I can't quite figure out. Everything she does is beautiful. Everything she does is right. He was always there to help her. She always belonged to someone else. Don't knock on my door. I want to make you feel beautiful.
This song reminds me of God's love for us. Because no matter what, He's always there. No matter if we're distracted by other things, no matter if we're falling in love with things of the world that are going to hurt us, no matter what, He's always there just waiting for us to go back to Him and loving us unconditionally. And I think when that really sets in, you don't want to do that to Him anymore. You don't want to put Him on the back burner. You don't want to let a love like that go and take it for granted. You want to give Him all that He deserves and more. That's where I'm going. Okay guys, I'm here. And as usual, I'm nervous. Just a little. Because you have to get vulnerable at these meetings. I mean, you don't have to. You can share and disclose as much as you want. But this is the year of vulnerability for me. It's like a muscle. And it's very weak. It's a very weak muscle inside of my system. So this year I'm trying to strengthen it. I do take breaks every now and again because it can feel like a lot sometimes. But let's see how it goes. I'm about 12 minutes early, but I don't know where this place is. So I have to go explore. Guys, that experience was life-changing. I was not expecting that. Okay, so I've never felt that way before. I just feel so seen and heard. I'm only going to share my perspective and like myself out of respect for everyone's privacy who was there, because that's the point of Al-Anon. It's anonymous. I opened up and shared my experience, and my voice broke and I did shed some tears. And I know it's because I'm not used to sharing it. I don't talk about it often, if at all. I do with God, and I have that like peace with God about it. Everyone was so warm and so welcoming and giving me hugs, and just like they saw me, they saw my experience, they heard me, and they relate, right? Maybe not in the ways that I experienced it, but in their ways. I said something to them. I don't want to repeat it here because this is like online, but I just want to share that if you're ever considering going to Al-Anon, like go for it. And not every meeting is made the same. Not every experience is going to be like another, and I think it's important to definitely find a space where you feel seen and heard and welcome. It feels nice to feel understood by people and not to have to go through something in your lifetime by yourself. That's my experience. I leave these for like the end of my videos because if you can't appreciate me at my best, you don't deserve me at my worst. That's my worst. Sharing my vulnerability is my worst. Yeah. So I feel like I've come so far, and I've got so far to go. It's a song. Yeah, so I've come so far, and I wouldn't be where I'm at if it wasn't for God. God heals me. He protects me. He loves me. He brought life into me. He restored my soul and my mind and my heart, and I feel so strong in God. But community also matters. I'm leaving, and as I'm driving away, I look down at the GPS, and it says Grove Street, and I'm like, what? I'm on Grove? My childhood home was on a street called Grove. And I'm like, is this where I'm gonna heal my childhood stuff?
So I remember when we were driving in your car, speed so fast I felt like I was drunk. Had a feeling that I belonged. I had a feeling I could be someone, be someone, be someone. Wanted to be your lover, I'm the lover who's breaking your heart. Wanted to be your lover, I'm the lover who's torn you apart. But for you I always wait. Don't you see it's never the same? All of these places, without you they fade. Without you they fade. Do you miss me, darling? Do you miss me the way I miss you? I hope you do. I wrote for you my most beautiful song. And I sent it to you in a bottle, my love. Why to prove the sea meets the bluest sky? At least the moon is the same for both of us. There's you, the ocean, and me.
Hi guys, so as you know, as I've mentioned in my last video, I'm currently in the book of Genesis, and here we meet Abraham and his wife. But I wanted to read this to you. It says, Uncensored Truth. The life of Abraham is a fascinating story, true to life, full of bad moments as well as good. He was hardly a theologian. A more comprehensive understanding of God would have to wait for Moses. But Abraham's faith is the root of Judaism and thus of Christianity. In his encounters with God, we get raw, uncensored truth, not religion invented by a philosopher, but religion as it really happens when God meets a person. And I love this because I feel like spirituality and like getting to know God doesn't happen on a philosophical level or an intellectual level. It happens in a spiritual experience. It happens in a way that's undeniable, in a way that you could read 5 million books that tell you that God doesn't exist, and it's not going to change your mind because you know what you experienced. And reading about him and reading his word is out of my own curiosity, not because I need this to know God is real. I do this because I know God is real. The scriptures just put words to a spiritual experience. And so when you read the Bible, it's like God's love letters to us. It's God communicating to us how much he loves us and how he sees us and how important we are to him and how unconditional his love is. And what the scriptures also do for us is they teach us how to be human and how to do it in a healthy way. Sometimes we can get caught up in culture's way of doing things, or in our family's way of doing things, or how our parents did things, or how this person's doing it, or how this person recommends. And it's like, if you read the scriptures, you know what God is calling you to do. And it will leave you more confident in how you go about doing things, so that you're not worried, like, am I messing up in this area of my life? I've had experiences where God worked in my life so much, so drastically, so fast, and all at once, where I'm so overwhelmed with blessings and I just feel so high on life. And then there have been moments where I'm just attacked, like back to back to back to back, like the enemy's just punching me in the face, and I'm just like, whoa, 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 like what's going on here? And so I feel like for me personally, the seasons where it's calm and I'm not being attacked, or I'm not receiving more blessings, I'm just kind of living in the blessings that I've already prayed over. In those moments, I tend to check in a little too often with God, like, God, are you sure you don't need me to do anything? Are you sure? Are you sure? Like, I'm always wanting to do things to help God, right? But God doesn't need our help. God is sovereign. God is the ultimate. Like, you don't need to do things in order for something to happen. Like, you don't always have to act. But it is beautiful here because we see that Abraham, although he made a lot of mistakes in his life, just as every person in the Bible that you see that is called by God makes a lot of mistakes, just like me and you, just like all of us. He makes a lot of mistakes, but when it's time and when God calls him, he's always obedient in that. And obedience counts for a whole lot when you have generations to come after you that are going to be walking in the direction of your doing. So like what you do in your lifetime is going to affect the generations to come after you. And so even when you make mistakes, your mistakes are not for you to dwell in those areas and to be like, why do I suck? Like,